World Series Game 3, Cardinals and Red Sox, series tied at 1 as the scene shifting to St. Louis before a record crowd at Busch Stadium. Before the game begins, Carlos Beltran receives the Roberto Clemente Award for his humanitarian efforts, well deserved. And with the ceremonial first pitch, Willie McGee, as he is greeted by the Wizard Ozzie Smith, and the fans at Busch Stadium are ready to rock. With the start for the home team in Game 3 is Joe Kelly, as he deals to Shane Victorino, top one, bases empty, one man away. Victorino sends it back to the mound, and Kelly, the nice barehanded pick to retire Victorino. Always a dangerous play with the bare hand, but Kelly gets the job done. His opposition Saturday night was Jake Peavy, as he deals to Matt Holliday in the home half of the first. Cards have a man at second, one man away as Holliday goes the other way into right field. It's a ribby single scoring Matt Carpenter. St. Louis strikes first as they lead 1-0, but they're not done there. Two batters later, it is two men aboard for Yadier Molina. He sends it past the diving Xander Bogaerts into left field. It brings home Holliday from second base as Daniel Nava's throw was cut off by Bogaerts, and a two-run first for St. Louis. They lead 2-0. Let's go back to Kelly as he goes back to work in the top of the second. With the bases empty and one man away, Kelly deals to Daniel Nava.
He swings and he throws it up the middle. Oh, what a fantastic play by the Cardinals second baseman to backhand the ball on the outfield grass. He rights himself and throws him out. What an eye popper that was.
KMOX with the call. What an effort by Matt Carpenter. Let's go to the bottom of the fourth. It is Peavy in another jam, first and second, nobody out, as Peavy deals to John Jay, who sends this one up the middle into center field, but Yadier Molina is given the red light at third base. Nonetheless, the Cardinals have the bases loaded and nobody out, but then Peavy bears down. Pete Cosmo looks at strike three for out number one. Then Peavy's counterpart, Joe Kelly, pops up to Dustin Pedroia. That's out number two. Next batter for the Cardinals is the dangerous Matt Carpenter, but Peavy also gets him to pop out. What a job done by Peavy as he escapes a bases-loaded, no-out mess. Peavy was done after those 4 innings as he was pinch hit for in the top of the fifth. To begin that inning, it's 21-year-old Xander Bogaerts who sends this one into right center field and past Carlos Beltran all the way to the wall. Bogaerts becomes the third youngest player in World Series history to triple, and the Red Sox are in business. Bogaerts coming through for the Red Sox as you watch Beltran, perhaps the rib ailment, limiting his effort there. Bogaerts would then score on a fielder's choice to make it a 2-1 game. Now we go top six. Red Sox have runners on the corners, one away as Seth Maness inherits this jam. Maness now facing Daniel Nava, and on the first pitch that Maness throws, Nava sends it into left field for a game-tying ribby single. And the Red Sox have come back to tie our game at 2 runs apiece. Let's go to the bottom of the seventh. It is now Craig Breslow on the mound as Xander Bogaerts moves from third to short. Will Middlebrooks into the game at third base after pinch hitting for Stephen Drew. And now Breslow dealing to Matt Carpenter. He sends this one to Bogaerts at short. Xander cannot make the play as the throw to David Ortiz is low. So that was Bogaerts' first chance at his new position. It's an infield hit for Carpenter. After Breslow then hit Beltran to put 2 on with nobody down, Junichi Tozawa enters the game as he now deals to Matt Holliday.
Ground ball fair down the left field line. That's going to score Carpenter with the go-ahead run. Beltran comes around third. Up with the ball, Nava. The throw comes in. The relay to the plate. Too late. The Cardinals get 2 on the extra base hit by Holliday and lead 4-2 over the Red Sox in the 7th inning.
KMOX with the call. Holliday, a 2-run double. He took third on the play, but he would be stranded there. Now we go top 8. It is Colton Wong, the new second baseman for the Cards, on a double switch. Matt Carpenter moves from second to third. Trevor Rosenthal inherits a bases-loaded one-out jam as he deals to Nava, who sends it right to Wong. He goes to second for the force. The relay throw to first base, though, is late. Jacoby Ellsbury scores. It's a 1-run game at 4-3. That was Wong's first chance at second, but the Cardinals not quite able to turn 2. Next batter for the Red Sox is Xander Bogaerts, now with runners on the corners. Bogaerts chops it up the middle. It finds its way into shallow center for a game-tying ribby single. As Shane Victorino scores, we are even again at 4 runs apiece. Now we go top 9. Pitcher Brandon Workman batting for himself as the Red Sox did not double switch after the 8th. Workman down on 3 pitches in his first career at bat. Red Sox would not score. That takes us bottom 9. It is Yadier Molina now facing Workman. Bases empty, one man away, and Molina sends this one into right center field. That is a one-out single, and the Cardinals have the winning run on base. So John Farrell comes out to take out Workman. In comes closer Koji Uehara. The first man that Koji faces is pinch hitter Alan Craig. And on the first pitch that Koji throws, Craig jumps all over it. He drills it into left field. Molina moves to third base on the double for Craig, and the Cardinals have the winning run 90 feet away, still with just one out. Next batter for the Cardinals is John Jay, as a crazy conclusion is about to ensue.
Swinging a ground ball. Second baseman makes a heck of a play, throws home, and he's out at home. What a play by the club. Now they throw to third. It's a wild throw, and he's going to try to score. They can throw him out as he stumbles. He's going to be out at the plate. No, they called him safe.
Interference.
They called interference. Interference down at third base with the third baseman, and the Cardinals win this one 5-4.
KMOX with the call. John Farrell cannot believe the call of third base umpire Jim Joyce, who calls Red Sox third baseman Will Middlebrooks for obstruction. Joyce then awarding home plate to Alan Craig, as he was certainly banged up on this sequence, but he and his teammates feeling good after they win 5-4 on the walk-off obstruction call, the first postseason game in history to ever end in such fashion, and the first World Series game to end with an error since Game 6 of 1986. The Cardinals take a 2-1 lead in the World Series, as St. Louis is now 8-0 when scoring first this postseason. For much more on Game 3, let's send it out to Busch Stadium in St. Louis.
Game 3 is often looked at as a swing game in a best-of-7 series, and boy, there were plenty of swings in this one. Pete McCarthy and Jack Morris breaking down the Cardinals' 5-4 Game 3 victory and a walk-off victory for St. Louis, but not like many we've seen before. Ultimately, an obstruction call allows Alan Craig to come in with the game-winning run. Craig and Will Middlebrooks got tangled up at third base. Jim Joyce made the call. Do you agree with it?
I'm not so sure I do agree with it, but it doesn't matter because Jim Joyce overrules me and everybody else in this stadium tonight. They were all happy. The bottom line is I don't think Saltalamacchia should have thrown the ball to third base. That's going to be the one that everybody's going to really be critical of.
Now, the other decision that was made, one by John Farrell, you have second and third, one out. Do you consider putting John Jay on base and then dealing with Pete Kozma with the bases loaded?
John Farrell's going to take a little heat for that one, too. I'm sure there will be a lot of questions about why he didn't load the bases. That way you have a force out at any base. But, you know, I think he was hoping that Uehara could strike out the hitter at the time, John Jay, and it didn't work out that way.
A wild ninth inning as the Cardinals able to emerge victorious, and it was a wild game before that. The Boston Red Sox twice made up two-run deficits, and most impressively, they did it in the eighth inning against Carlos Martinez and Trevor Rosenthal, who had looked unhittable earlier in this series. It's going to be a big confidence boost for them to come through against those guys.
Well, that was key inning for the Red Sox to claw back into it. Martinez and Rosenthal have been lights out. They pitched excellent, and really Rosenthal made a good pitch to Bogaerts, but he was able to hit it up the middle, get that key base hit, and score a couple runs.
And nonetheless, the Boston Red Sox, not enough as they fall 5-4 in Game 3, and the Cardinals take a 2-1 series lead in this year's Fall Classic. For Jack Morris, I'm Pete McCarthy for MLB.com.